What's going on, everybody? It's the Hook Cam back again with a film breakdown, this time taking a look at the NFC Championship game. 49ers, outstanding game defensively, offensively, just showed how creative they can be pounding the rock. Jimmy Garoppolo, 6 for 8, 77 yards, but that's all they needed. That's all they needed in this game. Besides that, it was a masterful display of how to run the rock, how to attack the edges of a defense, and really, focus on the weakness of the defense and have it help you, right? It sounds very simple saying, but that's really what the 49ers did when we take a look at this film. Now, first thing that we're going to show you guys, that I'm going to show you guys, is what the game plan was, right? The Packers love to come out and they love to line up in this bear front right here, which we'll see from the end zone in just a second. Now, the weakness to that is that you only got one backer, right? You only got one backer in the box when you do that. You put all five guys up front. You got all gaps pretty much married up, right? You're good to go. This is a little bit different front, right? This is technically an over front. You got your 3 tech, your 1 tech, your outside cap, but then they have these 2 guys on the edge, right? This is a bare front. They just bump it over to the weak side, okay? Going to motion George Kittle across the formation, and they're just going to run a really simple wide zone here. And it's really, really easy. The targeting that they do is phenomenal on this, right? We're going to look at this thing from the play side here, okay? Kittle's going to work out onto this cat, right? Now, because this is going to be a wide zone, he's going to see that we've got a ball coming to him from this way. Okay, so he's going to try and create the edge of this defense right here and stay firm. Kittle's going to do a great job of just kind of working him out just enough to create a lane right in the middle of this thing. Now, the combo between our left tackle and our left guard is phenomenal. These two work up and get up to this backer. Okay, really, really good job from that. And then, of course, the center trying to get in front of Kenny Clark, who's probably the best player that Green Bay has on their defense, right? Does a phenomenal job with that, getting in front of him, making sure he's not involved with the play. Yeah, he gets tossed a little bit, but hey, we pick up 5-6 yards, live to fight another down. That is basically the core of this Niners offense. We'll get back to how that got set up and how they end up running with that later in this game. Now, checking out the Packers really quick, we're going to see this 3rd down and 3 call. Now, what the Packers have dialed up is a really simple pick concept to the top of the formation right here. This cat's running in. He's trying to set that pick for any inside guy. We're working out right here with our number 2, okay? Works great against man, but the Niners are dropping into a cover 3 look. Right now, it gets a little screwed up because it's a quick snap. Niners weren't ready, but they flow so well to this ball. 57 does a great job working over the top, not getting involved in that pick, and making the play on 3rd down, okay? Now, part of this is on Jimmy Graham, right? 80 right here. You have to work over and pick this defender. He doesn't do that. 57 works over the top, sticking on his guy and making the play. To be honest with you, looking at that play from the wide view, I'm not sure if he was supposed to be there, but he's a great nose for the football and working out that way. Now, this is a really cool passing concept out of the Niners, okay? So they're going to motion into empty here, all right? Packers are running cover 2. Very simple. Boom. And boom, right here, okay? Now, what we're going to do with our number 2 is he's going to run upfield deeper, and he's going to cross right behind these backers. Our number 1 is going to work upfield and cross shallow. So you're putting these backers in a pickle, right? Are we going to work up? Or are we going to work back, okay? They take the shallow guy because as he passes this off, right, he's going to wall him off, but he sees that he's trying to get around. He's thinking that's for the safety. Okay, but he stops. He sees that there's this in route cutting in right towards him. He's supposed to work to that crosser. No, he leaves this big area right behind him. This is kind of that weakness in cover 2 when you don't have that middle of the field player, right? He leaves that big area behind him. Really easy completion from Jimmy Garoppolo. Really easy completion, right? And that Deebo Samuel kid, that dude's a baller. He's going to be able to make plays like this. But what I love about it is what they start in, right? We're in 20 personnel to start. We motion out both backs. We're going to empty out the box. Look at how much this is stressing the defense, right? Now, there's no back threat. I understand that. Very easy read for 10. Great ball to deliver, and we're picking up first downs. Really, really creative and just a great play call out of the 49ers offense. Now, here we're taking a look at the Raheem Mostert touchdown. This is one of my favorite calls in the game because this is a 3rd and 8. Okay, this is a 3rd and 8, and the Niners are calling a trap. The absolute courage to call this thing is next level. Because as an offensive guy, I would have a tough time calling this play. So much trust in these guys, so much faith that they're going to get the job done, and then they execute that way as well. So with trap, what they do is they're basically blocking down a gap everywhere. Okay, but what 74 is going to do, Staley, right? He's going to work up, give a chop, and then swim by this guy and get up to the Mike linebacker, okay? He's coming on this, right? He's lined up tight over the center. Again, this is a messed up version, right, of their bear front. Now, messed up, I just mean an alternate one, not that they messed it up, right? It is an alternate version of their bear front, okay? They're going to have 5 guys on the line almost every time. That's the Packers' thing. It was their thing all year. That's how they're going to shut down the run, right? Really good job here working out to trap. Okay, he's taking a dive, so we're just going to lay right into him, and there's your lane. Beautiful job from the Niners on this, setting them up, right? I absolutely love the little stutter step we get from 74. You'd be surprised how many O-linemen get jacked up to do that little bit right there, right? Give them the fake. We're pulling with our guard, and we're just going to slam this thing. Now, I know what you're saying, Cam, there's 2 guys on the edge. What do? You take the inside guy. You wall everything off with your other cats, and you're going to create a lane right there for Mostert, 31 to run through. Beautiful job blocking and way to finish this run from 31. Cat is fast. He's a good football player, man, and he definitely made the Packers pay on Sunday. Now, next play, this fire zone, right? The fire zone that the Niners run. So the Niners defense, right, is based off of their zone coverage, okay? They don't run a lot of man, but they know their strengths, right? Why run a lot of man if we're not good at it? Screw that. We're going to run our regular zones, and then off of their zones, they build in fire zones, which is just blitzes. That's all it is, all right? So we're going to bring heat with this cat, and I'll show you guys a better look from the end zone. But the one thing I want to show you guys from the sideline view is 55 right here. We're basically going to run zone with these 2 guys. It's going to be a version of cover 3. Okay, but with 55 right here, we're going to drop in front of the number 3 receiver or whoever's coming to the middle of the field, boom, and we're going to wall them off. That is a great job by 55 because that's your hot route, right? If you're throwing hot, you're throwing to him because that's where they vacated from. No chance for Rodgers to get there because of the blitz. Great job from 55, D Ford, working all the way across the field and getting in front of that number 3. That's a special thing to do. Shows you the versatility of these guys. Now, what we're looking at front-wise, right? This is difficult to see. 55, the guy who we just highlighted who's dropping to cover 3, he's on the line. Okay, what we're going to get out of our notes is he's going to stunt right into this gap, all right? We got Warner here, we got our N91, and then we got our nickel corner. Okay, he's coming. He's coming in hot, right? But we're going to work outside with 91. That's going to bring that tackle upfield and out of the way, right? Really good job there. Boom. Okay, with our tackle who was right here, our Mike, that was Werner. He's going to stunt inside, right? So that's going to widen this gap in between these 2. And now on top of that, we're going to bring pressure from our Mike. So now away from the slide, right, because this is your classic hinge protection. They're going to slide with their left. They're going to man up on their right. Okay, well, they're manned up. That's great, but we're bringing too many. We're bringing a nickel inside. We're bringing our Mike upfield, and there's no chance for 12 to get this ball off. This is a beautiful blitz dialed up by the San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator, and it had Rodgers spinning. It would have a lot of quarterbacks spinning, though. So next play we're going to look at here is just this creativity from the San Francisco 49ers of attacking the edges of this defense, right? We can see there off the snap that Kittle leaves that edge defender to get upfield. Okay, that's okay. That's exactly what he's supposed to do. That's exactly what he's supposed to do, right? He's going to leave 55. He's going to get motion across the formation, work right here, okay? Now, we're going to leave 55 alone. That's not for us, right? So, basically what they're doing with this is they're attacking everything on the inside, right? We're going to chew up, right, this middle of the field right here, okay? So, with our right tackle and our right guard, we're going to work up, and we're going to combo to this Mike. All right, we're going to leave this edge defender. That's for our fullback. He's going to work up here. He does a great job getting to that outside shoulder because that edge defender tries and run inside. And with Kittle, we're going to work up to that other backer who's flowing this way across the field. Well, guess what? Now we can take him to work his momentum. Right, boom, he wants to stay out and keep moving him out. Great, we're going to turn him at the last second. Really good job, right? Because he's shuffling this way. We're going to take him, we're going to turn him, and now we've got a ton of space upfield to work with. They were so creative attacking the edges of this defense and that bear front that the Packers stuck in all year. They knew exactly what they were going to be in. The Packers didn't do enough to game plan to get out of it and to play a different front, right, to their strength, right? In this defense, you got to have a bad dude at middle linebacker, and we can see right here, Blake Martinez did not have a good game. Makes a lot of tackles. He looks great on the stat sheets, but when it comes down to it, a lot of times he doesn't play good enough. This is a play that he has to have, right? Niners, just a quick heads up, are running a long trap in this. A little bit different than what they ran before, but again, relieving this edge defender. This cat who's playing over the tight end, his technique is going to bring him down, right? When he sees down block, he's supposed to friction right now. Right, friction. Don't leave any gaps, okay? But comes back to haunt him on this. We run the trap, but really good play from this defensive end. Really good play. Wrong arming it. That's exactly what you're supposed to do because it spills, right? But what happened here is now we have one-on-one. This is exactly what you want as a defense. You want your Mike to come up and make this play. Can't do it. 31 sheds him. He's into the end zone for his second touchdown on the day. Ultimately, when you run that Bear defense, it falls upon that Mike backer to be just a bad dude, right? Go make the play. You're fast, you're strong, you're an athlete. Go make the play. Go get paid that money, right? And he doesn't do it time and time again. Now they're targeting him in this situation, but on the last play, should have had him. Huge gain here on this toss. Once again, just showing you what they're doing, how they're being creative, attacking the edges on this, and where they really gained yardage. Once again, it's basically the same look, right? Basically the same look. Okay, we're going to combo these two, and we're going to work up to the mic with them, right? Right here, boom, boom, and we're working up to the mic. Whoever's on that outside, whoever can get to the mic, you're going to him, right? In this situation, it's the tackle. A little bit different now because Kittle's taking 55, right? In the last one, George Kittle, he left that edge defender. Not this time. He's playing outside. We're going to take him and work him out. Great job there. We're leaving 35 here for 44, Kyle Juszczyk. Phenomenal fullback, one of the most underrated players on the Niners. Great targeting, great job working upfield, and then let 31 cut back against that defense and get a huge gain. Phenomenal job. Okay, phenomenal job from the Niners. Can't say that enough. They found the way to attack this Packers defense, to put it on the backers, find a way to beat us. And time again, they answered the bell, right? The 49ers did, not the Packers. Once again, just showing in this clip, you know, they're sticking to it, right? They're sticking to their guns. But this is trap again. Little bit different. They trap a different guy this time. One of the things is you can't be predictable when you're running plays like trap. You can't be predictable, right? Because in the NFL, that stuff's getting fixed next series. It's not getting messed around with. That's getting fixed next series. Now, who's giving like that head fake? Who's getting trapped, right? 91's getting trapped. Watch Kittle here give a little chop, and then he's the one working upfield and getting to that Mike backer. Boom, right up to this backer. Great job. Now with our receiver, we're working up to 26. Another good job with these two guys. They know their role. They know who they're targeting, and they do a phenomenal job of executing play in and play out. And, of course, we're trapping with our guard pulling across. It doesn't get great hat on him, but you know what? Gets him out of the way, and it was effective. Really good job from the Niners on that one. Now, the Rodgers pick at the end of the half. This isn't an insane defense that they're running. I think they confuse them a little bit because of how they're lined up. Right, we can see here that we got two high safeties. I think that Rodgers is thinking it's probably going to be cover 4, end of the half. They're not trying to get beat deep. Nope, we're going to roll this safety down. We're going to play cover 3, playing cover 3 with our corner at the bottom. Right, they're running a super simple right curl here and then fades with both of our guys in the slot with our 2 and 3. We stay off with our backer, right, because he's fading out to this curl flat area. And we just carry with that corner and make a good play. I think it was a bad ball from Rodgers. I think the Niners had him swimming just a little bit in that late 2-minute case scenario. I think he probably thought 4, ended up being 3, and he ended up paying the price for it because I believe the Niners put a couple of points on the board after that. Now, moving into the third quarter, okay, the stuff that you can do off of that wide zone that they run, right? This look, formationally, looks exactly the same as the other wide zones that they've run, okay? Now, what they do, and it's pretty tricky, they end up false keying the Packers they end up false keying the Packers linebackers, right? Motioning in George Kittle, okay? Pretty much the same look. If I'm a defense, you're thinking toss, you're thinking wide zone. We don't know what they're going to run, right? But what they do here is they make it look like trap. We're blocking down here. We're blocking down onto that nose. We're blocking back here, right? We're pulling our guard. Okay, backers read guards in the NFL, man. Their eyes aren't in the backfield. So they pull that guard, and then they also have Kyle Juszczyk motioning this way as well. It looks pretty much like counter, right? Counter's a version of long trap. Looks pretty much like counter. Watch what happens to the backers on this. Boom, we are over. We're over by the guard on this. No idea what's going on. Quick flip in the backfield, and we're off to the races. Now, one thing that's super fancy about this that I absolutely love, watch Kyle Juszczyk on this, right? We're coming down like it's counter. Nope, we're slamming the brakes, reversing this thing, and now we're lead blocking. Phenomenal job from Kyle Juszczyk, man. That dude is underrated, one of the core pieces of that 49er crew, and one of the reasons why they're so damn good this year at tackle football. Okay, now moving on, last play we're going to look at is the wide zone that they ran for a touchdown. Nothing fancy on this, just your classic weak side wide zone, something they've been running all year, but again, just bad play from the Packers. And I think LaFleur talked about his guys not playing with their hair on fire, and that's exactly what this was, man. I mean, this is wide zone that they should have stopped, okay? You can see here that the pursuit from the backers, right? Well, 25 and 93. This is supposed to be your force player. You're supposed to be at the edge of this thing, forcing it, right? 51's doing a good job. You're supposed to be reading. We got guys filling backside. I think that what's happening here is that he's seeing the fullback. He's coming to press, saying that he's going to get caught backside. 31, Mostert does a great job of getting up into that gap and then popping out around it and making a move for a touchdown. So, anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. It's going to be a wild Super Bowl, it's going to be a wild Super Bowl. I'm fired up for it. I got no dog in this fight, so I'm very excited to watch it and see how things pan out. Niners fans, you guys got a lot to be excited about. I think that franchise is finally heading in the right direction after a couple years of, being subpar. They're back to being the Niners, back to being proud. The Bay Area's proud team, man, especially with the Raiders moving out. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. I'll be posting more stuff later. I know I'm going to have some predictions coming out, but until next time, y'all have a good one, and let's enjoy this last game of football.